Hello, this is Jennifer Eaton. I'd like to share with you the steps to make an online payment for your child's meal accounts here at school. If you have the Tyler Student 360 app, you can access the parent portal through the app. However, if you do not have that, you can access it by going to pcschools.net, which is our school website. You will go to the menu tab. Under the menu tab, there is an About the District. Click on that. And then you will see Parent Resources. This is where you can go to access the Tyler Student Information System parent portal. Now again, if you have the Tyler Student 360 app, it will bring you to this very screen. I actually have a password as I am a staff member at Pierce City School. There's also a student tab where your child goes in to access missing assignments, grades, and so forth. You will want to make sure you're under the parent portal. Use the email address that the school secretary has on file for you as your username. The password, every parent has a password. If you have not yet contacted your child's school secretary to get that information, you'll need to do so to gain access to the parent portal. Regardless of whether you have children in the elementary, middle, or the high school, or all of the above, one parent password will give you access to each of your children's information. So with one email and password, I have access to my children who are in the elementary school, the ones in the middle school, and the one in the high school. And you can very easily switch from student to student. If you have the app, it looks a little bit different. Instead of these cute little squares, you have long bars, but there will still be a meal service bar, as there is a meal service square on the computer version. You will want to go in and click on any of your children's meal accounts, and then it will bring you to the screen that shows each transaction from the beginning of the school year until the present. Every transaction for breakfast and lunch is viewable. It gives you the current balance, and you can very easily switch from high school student to middle school student to elementary student. If you do want to make a payment online, the good thing is that all of your kids will show up together for online payment. You don't have to make individual payments. Click on the bottom right. Now your app is going to look a little bit different. I think the payment tab happens to be in the top if you're on the app, but the same information is there. It has each of my students, each of my children, their account balances. Now, if you like to pay more than the account balance, you can enter that amount here. Say I want to put $25 so that maybe Luke can have one more meal before I need to pay again. On this account, I'm going to go ahead and put $20. So you'll go ahead and enter the amount. Make sure to put the decimal point. One thing is, though, if you happen to make a mistake and put $2,000 instead of 20, like I've maybe done before, it will alert you, because the most that you can deposit at one time is $200. So don't be afraid you're gonna say you want to spend thousands. So I'm just going to round them all up. That's what I typically do. If you want to just pay the $21.35, that's what you'll enter. However you wish to do that. So then that gives me a grand total then of $70, since I rounded that up. Now, depending on the amount of the transaction, the service charge will be more or less. It's actually based on a percentage of the deposit. So, of course, if you're going to pay lesser money, your service charge will not be as much as mine is. So, it will give you a chance to verify what you actually have agreed to pay. It will say what you have decided to deposit, and it will also tell you the service charge that will be added to your transaction. Now, if you do not have a PayPal account, it will ask you to set that up. I have made a payment online previously, so I already have my PayPal account set up. So I'm going to go ahead and proceed to PayPal. And of course it will ask you to log in with your credentials. I'm going to have you turn your head while I put my password in. Okay, and it will of course bring up all your financial information. If you have an account set up for PayPal, it will save your information. Now, I don't necessarily want to make my payment using my Discover card, so I could add my debit card or credit card. You may be familiar with PayPal. Once I have selected the payment that I wish to make, I simply hit the Pay Now bar, and it will say your payment has been accepted. You will also receive an email from PayPal stating that you've agreed to pay Pierce City R6 School District. I believe it'll even have Mr. Moreland's email address on it. So that pretty much sums up online payment. If you have any questions about that, please feel free to call a building secretary or myself, and we can help walk you through those steps. Again, my phone number at the school is 476-2255.